Hey guys. Hey Ian, Chirpy, Mark Osborne. It's hot enough here too, just quietly. This is Queensland, Australia, and it's crazy warm today. I've had a day out down by the beach, not actually like down by the beach, but sorting out a shop feet for a little antiques second-hand enterprise that I've sort of setting up. So that was today. Yeah, I guess that's first order of business. Ian, thank you so much. Big plan for this. If you follow Tom Lipton on Instagram, I don't know how many of you do. You should follow me as well if you're on Instagram. But if you follow Tom Lipton, he's just done a pretty cool sensitive drill attachment for the Lathe tail stock, and I thought of something very, very similar. So combining what I had and what he's looks like he's got, that's a project for pretty soon. Thanks, Ian. Nice Christmas present. Really nice little chuck, and I really appreciate that. That's a nice thing. I just realised that no one can see the bench, actually. Try again. Hey, Stephen. Happy New Year in London. So that was sort of... I spent yesterday at a friend's place, at John Pettit's place in Brisbane, machining this. It was 3.6 kilos, someone asked. I probably should get the scales and we'll have a look. Yeah, I thought I'd put them away, but no. So absolutely no idea where the scales are. Maybe next time. I would say it's about... Hey, Dan. Hey, Scott. I would say it's down to less than 2 kilograms now. This is a pretty good chuck, a key chuck like this, because you can get stuff tight in it. Small keyless chucks seem pretty useless usually, and you end up wrecking your nice drills. So I'm pleased to have that. This still isn't right. I've got 3 12mm holes. Hey, Machining NZ. They do line up in the middle, which is awesome. I've tapped these M4, M5. I'm going to put studs and a nut that screws up and down in a slot on the piece, and make the plunger with a flat on it, and put a couple of grub screws in here to line it up so that you've got some fine adjustment to move it in and out. And probably put brass inserts on the ends, which is plenty good enough for most things, and probably better for a lot of things. A bit less give in it than say ball bearings. Hey, Cam. You finished digging holes in what looks like the spare room. It's the workshop, I guess. Goodness gracious, it's quite an undertaking for Christmas. Don't know if rollers are really a big advantage, Chirpy. I'm only spinning something maximum of probably inch diameter. We'll see how we go with that, but at this point I don't think it's really very important to do that. I've spent all day yesterday and we machined this out here. And it's not quite right, so I'm going to have another bit of a go at it and set it up again. Hey, Raymond. This is a very difficult thing to get right. And that's why this project's been delayed for the last 4 or 5 years, actually. We're just getting to the stage now where it's too late to back out, so we've got to get it finished. Are we back? Yeah, not with Telstra, Ian, but I think I'm back. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. Don't know, that dropped out there for some reason. It's a bit strange. It doesn't happen very often. We do pretty well, but that did drop out. So I'm glad we could resume again. That's awesome. That's what I did, Cam. Exactly. So, yeah, we're back. So, this is a piece I've got for the lorch lathe. It's not a lorch piece. I'd say it's probably it's some odd German lathe that come out with the same bed profile. It's quite heavy. Don't know what it is, but it fits. So I took that to try it because I used a friend's milling machine. And we got this right with a dowel pin and a micrometer. But we miscalculated because this isn't right here by any means. It's not even close to right. If we have a look, there's about probably a 1.82 millimeter gap there that we've messed up on. Hey, John. Hey, Tommy Gun Machining. Hey, Thomas Coons. So I'm going to have to set this up again somehow, and I'm probably going to do this in my mill here and take a couple of millimeters off here. We can at least get it set straight to this thing and get it right. But it's a bit of messing around. This is still a fraction wide for the bed, so this needs cleaning up here. It looks quite sharp there on the end, but it's going to come down quite a bit there so that it actually fits on the bed. Round that over, round this one over, I think. This needs a bit of a clean up. Really impressed how my pattern turned up for something that's a bit random. All my on the center, what we did was made a plastic puck to go in the middle with a hole in it. A tight fit in there, and set that up on center. And all these were within about a millimeter of cleaning up. One cut on all of them on the outside, and then we drilled them. They're all pretty much the same depth here. Everything lines up in the middle and in the middle of the bed, which I really like. But we fixed this problem because it's just about 1.5 millimeters too high as well. So hopefully that's fixed it. We can give it a coat of paint, make some adjusters. The other thing we could do is put some shims back in here, but I think it needs a little bit more off it, so we're going to do that. Yeah, make all the adjusters and blue them. My friend John sent for 5 litres of Caswell blacking system, which was quite expensive, and I pitched in some money to help. And I've got some actual real Caswell bluing as a solution, so we're going to have some fun with that too on some of these tools. Hey, because I owe you an email and an apology, but we'll get it sorted. That's the idea. That's the idea. ACUS was runner-up in a tool making competition this year, which is awesome. And I still have his Randy Richards scribe in my bag because it's been returned twice. So I'm going to have to try again with that. Not having real good luck sending that to him. So that's the steady, and it's starting to look pretty good. There's one problem with it, and no one's really noticed yet, and that is that the V-grooves at the front. Now, there wasn't enough meat in here to make it the other way, and through oversight or crappy pattern making or something like that, it's back to front. Not a big deal on something this size with big pins like this. It's going to do some fairly light work. I don't think we'll be able to push the bar out through there with the cutter without stalling the lathe. I really don't think that's going to be an issue. And I don't think there's going to be enough flex in it to cause any deflection. This adjuster here and this adjuster here are going to be the same no matter which way around it is. And this won't get in the way either. I have terrible shocking trouble. Most of my problem is that I'm dyslexic, chirpy. But at this point, we double check everything. But really had trouble with a couple of parcels this year. But we'll get onto it, and it is here. So that's that. I think it's pretty good. It is back to front. Don't stress too much about the small stuff, and really we're going to live with that. And probably it works out better that way anyway. This would have been nice under the chuck, but I think when I screwed the pattern together and put this piece on, I probably screwed it on the wrong way around. So that's as simple as that. And I'm not going to cast another one after the effort that we went to cast this one and machine it. So we're done with that. Here's another issue I've had with postage. While we're on the subject of postage, I ordered some 532 shank ball end millers for the pantograph engraver way back a month ago from China. They haven't arrived. This guy's local. I ordered these on Monday and they were there today. So they look pretty good. They're just a ball end. Oh, can we see that? Don't know how focused we are there. Just a ball end mill. They're 0.5 radius, so 1 millimeter. So we were sort of set to do some engraving. That's pretty exciting. So they come today. What else has happened? I've done a bit of gold leaf work. Can't show you that until the person gets it who was getting it for Christmas. So that's not really something I can show you. Don't know how many of you have seen actual 24 karat gold leaf and how thin it is. This is a book of gold, just out of interest. And that's me blowing on it. So it's pretty fragile. Not good weather for gold leaf. This one was actually green gold that I've used. It's a green tint. And I've used most of that book on the last project. There's a full book there of 24 karat yellow. And I've got some projects for that too. So that's been pretty good fun and a bit of a learning curve. But we will see some pictures of that at some point, I think, I hope. But it's going to it's going to someone that I know fairly well, who probably watches this live stream in the background or in the foreground sometimes. So not saying too much about that. All these difficult questions. New job's amazing. Really enjoying it. I've had 4 days off this week. I'm back at work tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's great. I don't know how I ever found time to work 6 days a week. It's been really good. The job's great. I turn up for work and it's not a boring job. It's easy to stay focused on though, and it's when I go home, there's no paperwork, no nothing. So that's amazing. And I get time to do other things as well. Hence Tuesday on this, Wednesday setting up my little antique store. So that's pretty good. Heat treat furnace, hope it arrives too. It is a 240 volt one, so there's quite a lot of different calculations and parts in it. And Tom Lipton and I have both got 240 volt ones. And hopefully it's not too far away. I'm pretty excited about that. What else? O-gauge locos. Getting there. We're getting to the point that we can progress on with them. I've had to get some decent tooling set up. Things like this, things like these. You can't do that sort of work on the equipment that I've had, and it's been very, very fiddly. So hopefully in the next little while I'll make a start back on those again. I'm sort of looking forward to that. But got to get some tooling set up. This is going to be another thing that's going to be pretty useful. And I'm also going to make a final start on some thread cutting equipment for the lorch. So that's going to be an interesting project. I'm probably going to video. Famous last words, but that's pretty cool. There's not really any spare time any more than there ever was. I put in 2 pretty full days on my days off, and I'm sort of ready to go back to work, to be honest. Heat treat oven, hot bluing steel, tool making. There's a lot of things that I'd like to make that could do with hardening and tempering. That'd be really, really nice. I would love at some point to be set up to do some lost wax casting with it. that's sort of a pipe dream at the moment, but maybe one day that'll happen. And it's certainly capable of doing that. What else? Yeah, I can think of 1,000 uses for it, and it will get used, but right now it's, yeah, probably the first thing I'm going to do with it is some basic heat treating and learn to use that part of it. And then eventually there's all sorts of things I can use it for. And it should be hot enough to melt brass. Thanks, Chirpy. We'll bear that in mind. Look, that's a difficult question, Cam. I believe they're about $780 US. I'm going to be honest and say I didn't pay that much because Stan's a friend and he's a nice guy and he's a very difficult person to keep in front of with favours. It's a difficult thing. But I still think at full price it would cost about $1,200 to get one landed here. We have some problems here in Australia. One is that you can't get things like refractory and a lot of things. And this is a sort of a project I've been thinking about for a long time. And when Stan started making them, I kind of jumped at it because it's something that I'm never going to be able to make myself. I'm not good with electrics. Refractory is a lot of mucking around and some nasty dust and a bit of a hassle, and he might as well wreck his woodworking equipment as mine. So because of that, I think it's an excellent investment. It would have been an excellent investment at full price, and I was more than prepared to pay that, but I got an invoice and it wasn't. So that's Stan for you. Yeah, I posted some mail today. I posted a parcel out to a friend, or a couple of parcels out to a friend, or friends. I do have 2 friends. I posted, I think, about 30 lots of stickers out. Now, here's the exciting thing. You really would think with day off I'd be more organised. Stickers come today, or this week. Bit nice. They're just fairly cheap paper. I don't know whether that was a mistake or not, but you get what you pay for. But they are shiny and smooth. They're actually cut to the shape of the sticker, which is really nice. You see there when you peel it back. So they're here. I put a t-shirt campaign up, and that sort of paid for my postage on these. It's really nice, and thanks to the few people who jumped at that. I really appreciate that. That's an amazing thing for you to do, and that's helped get some stickers out to people. I've posted lots and lots today. So there's still a few to go, and I'm going to make sure everyone who's on Patreon, follows me on Patreon, gets one. That's kind of something I want to do. And there's a post on Patreon if you follow, or if you're a patron. There's a post that at how to get one. Other than that, if you've got one to swap, let me know, or drop me an email. There's a few coming to some of you guys that are watching, I know that, but they're probably a few weeks away or a week away. So watch the post. And it's nice to have time to just go to the post office and get it all fixed, whereas in the previous times it's been a bit difficult. Where do they come from? This is them, and Precision Ground Flat Stones. The best value for money. There's a few people doing them. I think Stefan has done a set in the fairly recently. I would say that they're all paid for and gone before he even starts. Robin Renzetti had promised to do some and hasn't. I ordered a set and they never arrived because he's just too busy. Shark River Machine, Stephen Lang. Oh, thanks, Thomas. That's really nice of you. Stephen Lang, Shark River Machine on YouTube. Go and check him out. He's got the best price, and these are really nice stones. So that's where I got mine. I think he's busy, but he's trying to get to the summer bash, so that's why he's putting a little bit of effort into getting some out. Use them all the time. Very, very, very unlikely to have a day in the workshop without getting them out and using them. Best thing I ever bought is one of the tools that I can't live without. There you go. And I think they're sort of the same wherever they come from, but yeah, there's sort of be nice to get a set of Robin Renzetti ones, but I think he's way too busy. So anyway, I have a lot more uses for them than I thought I had, and I thought I had a lot of uses for them. They really, yeah, I use them all the time. They're pretty useful things, especially in the humid weather like we're having now in the tropics. It's pretty handy to have them just to keep on top of the surface marks on precision tools. Anyway, I think that's probably about it. Metalworks Machine Shop, I noticed your subscription. Thanks for that. That's this week. I know it's early. Send me an email. The email's down in the description. I'll be on to that. I'd really like to see that. Haven't gone to check out your channel yet. I think he's gone. But maybe you read that, Chirpy, if he's watching this video. Metalworks Machine Shop, Chirpy had a question. Be in touch. Anyone else who would really like a sticker, who's watching this, get in touch. We can work something out. Of course, the way to get a sticker, and the best way to get a sticker, is to jump on the YouTube Machinist Facebook group, or the YouTube Machinist Facebook group. Get photo of the week. Upload some great pictures with information, and John Creasy will give you a photo of the week and post you some stickers. That way I'm not paying for postage, and you're not paying for postage, and you've got to do something to get them. So that's awesome. Thanks, John, for that amazing service you do. That's a great thing. That's the way to do it. I've sent some to him. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I approved your membership, Raymond. That's great. I saw you pop up there. Going to sign off. Thanks heaps for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all your support in 2018. Hopefully 2019 is going to be amazing. It really is. If you're in the US, get to the Summer Bash. Love to meet up with you. If you're in Australia, I've got some things planned for Australians too this year. So that's pretty exciting. Anyway, I'm signing off. I'm out. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and more soon, guys and girls.